Welcome to the F Effect. I'm your girl, Sade. This is my lovely co-host, Hillary. It's week 3. Let's go. Welcome back to the F Effect. It is week 3 of NFL football. Let's go. Let's kick it off with some score recaps. Starting with the Green Bay Packers, who took on the Detroit Lions. They came away with the victory, 34-27. Aaron Rodgers and his squad took a loss last week, but they bounced back. Rodgers had 205 yards with 4 touchdowns to lead his team to a victory again of 34-27. Moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Baltimore Ravens. Not knowing what to expect from this game, but it was a great defensive game as normal with the Baltimore Ravens. They came out with the victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars in the score of 19-17. And then there was the New York Giants against the Washington Redskins. Huge game. Huge rival. Biggest thing talked about all week is the matchup with Odell Beckham and Josh Norman. Yes. And Josh Norman clearly won this one as the Washington Redskins walked away with the victory of 29 to New York Giants 27. That's just a few of the score recaps. Of course, as always, check our bottom score ticker to get any of your score updates. A lot of big upsets this week.
For instance, New England dusted the Texans.
Got a 0. So make sure you check the bottom at our score ticker to get all of the updates on score recaps. All right, well, let's get into our favorite team game recap. Chiefs Kingdom over here, as you already know. But we're going to go ahead and start off with
3-0 Broncos, who beat the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati 29-17. This was the game all about Simeon. Simeon threw for over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Whew. And, connected with Emmanuel Sanders 9 times. Emmanuel had over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Demaryius Thomas had over 100 yards. But what I love to see that they utilized him in throwing that ball deep. And when I mean deep, Emmanuel Sanders had a touchdown over 40 yards. And then DT, our wide receiver for the Broncos, had a touchdown. 55-yarder. Yes.
He definitely threw some, but I have to just go on record to say he threw some questionables. He better be careful out there, okay? You don't want to get those wide receivers too banged up. But, shout out to your quarterback. He did his thing.
Yes. Running game was a little light. But our defense, thank you to Shane Ray, had 3 sacks on Andy Dalton. I know he's from KC. I gotta give it to you. So, yes, that was great. That was great. Very surprisingly that my Broncos did not step up and maintain Hill, the running back for Cincinnati. Coming into this game, they, hadn't really established a running game, but he did this game. So with 2 touchdowns and over 90 yards he ran for, I'm going to say it was about Hill. It was about Hill this game, but you didn't come out with the win. Broncos won 29-17 in Cincinnati. Let's go. Let's move on to 4-0.
Okay. Who you guys playing? Who you taking out next week?
Man, great. Who are we taking out next week, right? The Buccaneers.
I might have
in
said
their
that wrong.
hometown.
Who are you taking on? Not out.
Nope. Who are we taking out? The Buccaneers in their hometown. Let's do it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, shout out to you for the victory.
You guys won this
I too
one.
have a squad that won.
Okay.
Hold up this week. First of all, I put it out there last week. I was not tripping off of 1 loss. It's early. It's only right that we bounce back. Shout out to my Kansas City Chiefs. We hosted the New York Jets and walked away with a victory of 24-3. Before I get into this, let me just say, if you got to experience that game, you watched something called history. As my Chiefs forced 8 turnovers, and 6 of those were picks from quarterback Ryan Fitzgerald. Ryan Fitzgerald. Like, oh my goodness, who throws 6 interceptions in one game? Ryan did. They did take him out, and that was the shocking thing. You would think they would switch off to running game, but he just continued to throw, and kept getting intercepted. 3 of those interceptions happened to be in the end zone. 2 return turnovers for touchdowns. My quarterback, on the other hand, Alex Smith, went for 237 yards, had 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 0. Shout out to our tight end, Travis Kelce. He had 89 yards, 1 touchdown, and he made some amazing plays. So shout out to him. Of course, Spencer Ware still holding it down while Jamal Charles has not returned. But Spencer Ware had 20 carries. He did his thing. And then our cornerback, Marcus Peter, 2 of those interceptions he intercepted. And he did his thing on defense. I mean, those turnovers come from pure, solid, good old-fashioned defense. So shout out to the Chiefs coming in focused, regrouped, got our D on tech, and our offense was gelling as well. Ryan Fitzgerald, if I were you, I'd try to forget this game, buddy, because
take a long nap.
Just take this day to regroup and don't think about this game anymore because, again, 6 picks, not the best. But shout out to the Chiefs coming away with that victory, 24-3. Next week, we will be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
For Sunday night football. Can't wait. Shout out to the Chiefs. All right. Well, that was our favorite team game recap. Now it's time to go with our game pick recap. So who did you pick? Who was your
I had the honor to watch, the Raiders against Tennessee. I was hoping that the Raiders would take that loss, but they actually came out on top 17-10 against Tennessee Titans. So very slow game, if I might say.
Okay.
And I'm going to contribute that to the defense. The game really didn't pick up until the second half. But Derek Carr, got to give a shout out. He threw for over 249 yards, 1 touchdown. And he was just on point with his receiver Crabtree. His receiver Crabtree had over 102 yards.
Crabtree's the truth.
Yeah, on the game. But moving on to the Titans, because I got to give a shout out to my boy, DeMarco Murray, who is the running back. He rushed for 114 yards with 1 touchdown. And Mariota, I couldn't say that it was his best game. 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
3 turnovers. So, very light game. It wasn't a clean game. Controversial call because this could have been a totally different game. Okay. If, it came down the last fourth quarter with like 27 seconds to go. Mariota throws it to his receiver. He catches it, scores, we think, but it's called back due to pass interference. So questionable call. But Raiders came out on top 17-10. Okay. Yeah. Who are you watching?
Shout out to the Raiders, man. The Raiders, we got to pay attention to them, especially because they're in our division. We are not sleeping. We are watching you, Raiders. I had the pleasure of watching the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. The Chiefs we'll see next week. So got to see Big Ben, or I should say, got to see no Big Ben as Philly walked away with that victory 34-3. So this is a huge in-state rival. So I was like, this game is going to be one of those wow factors. And then Pittsburgh didn't show up. One of the reasons they didn't show up is because of Philadelphia's defense. Ben was sacked 4 times, had 1 interception. They shut down the running back Antonio Brown. And then the Steelers wide receiver Marcus Wheaton dropped 3 balls. 3 balls. 2 of which were in the red zone, actually. So, I don't know about that. Let me give you a little history before I really get into the main event of this game. Coming into this game, Pittsburgh was 0-8 winning in Philly. After last night, they became 0-9. So, they're keeping on with that losing streak. Hopefully, one day they'll get a victory there. But let's talk about the main event. Philadelphia Eagles have a quarterback by the name of Carson Wentz. This rookie is the truth. Now, I'm so pro Dak Prescott. Yeah. This is another rookie that's giving us a run for our money. Yesterday, the rookie threw for 301 yards and had 0 turnovers. That is so impressive for a rookie to come in. 301 yards, no turnover. Footwork was looking amazing. There were plays that he couldn't find anything, but he made a play out of it by doing a little, tippy-toe 2-step. So shout out to you, Carson Wentz, holding your team down. The Philadelphia Eagles are now 3-0. 3-0. And I'm hearing something like, is this a Super Bowl contending team? That's how they go as soon as they looking good. But you guys are looking amazing. Shout out to Carson Wentz. Again, that final score was 34-3. So, good game. Big Ben got shut down, and it was all Philadelphia all day. Yes. So, that regroups on our game picks. Let's get into some injury reports. Man down. F Effect man down. Talk to me. What's going on?
Man down. Starting with Shane Vereen, the running back for the New York Giants. He has torn his tricep. So expected to go into surgery. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Okay. It does. Who tears it? I can't even get into that.
How do you tear
it? Moving on to D'Angelo Hall, the safety for the Redskins. Torn ACL. Ouch. Manteo, the linebacker for San Diego Chargers, torn Achilles.
He got catfish, right?
You got to call him out like that.
Okay, sorry.
And then Russell Wilson, the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, is out due to a sprain. Another sprain. Again.
Russell, what you out there
doing? We talked
doing?
about him last week, but he is expected to start. And for those that we did mention and those that we did not mention who were injured in week 3, we are hoping for a fast and speedy recovery so that you can get back out on the field and play football.
Play some football.
Let's do it.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, well, let's get into the F Effect news. As promised, we're keeping our ears to the street, and when we hear it, we will deliver it to you. Not a lot again, but I do want to, kind of touch base on everything that was going on in North Carolina.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
With the stadium possibly being, rioted.
Mm-hmm.
So the NFL took some good precautions in making sure that their players and the fans were protected. So due to some things that went on in North Carolina, there has been some rioting and protesting. And the NFL wasn't nervous, but they wanted to be mindful that those riots and that protesting could pour over into Sunday's game as the Panthers hosted the Minnesota Vikings. But fortunately, there wasn't. I think there ended up being like 30 protesters, but 30. Shout out to the NFL for taking those precautions and making sure that their players are indeed safe. So, again, news as it comes, we'll deliver it to you. Another news story, that's kind of stories I want to hit on. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it there. So guys, as you know, our show is called the F Effect. F standing for all things football, including football fashion and football game day food. It's only right, with sticky with that F, we introduce to you our new segment called What the F? What the F? What the F? So what's the what the F moment of the week? I was going to put this in news, but let's go ahead and just bring it in and hit it with the what the F moment. So there was some very choicey comments made this week by someone that everyone knows, known as
right. Mike Dicker,
legendary Hall of Famer Mike Dicker.
But before we get into that, I have my what the F, and my what the F moment is: are we still talking about Kaepernick taking a knee? What the F? Let's get over it, people. This is what he is doing to show and point out the injustices that are taking place in our country. So for him to take a knee, let him take a knee. And also, it's not even what he's done, it's the rippling effect. I think that's a lot of talk too. But shout out to all the players that are supporting Kaepernick. Not even NFL, but high school, college. So I'm more with you. What the heck are we talking about? Why? Why are we still talking about this? Right. But the next biggest what the F moment was when legendary Mike Dicker chose to comment on Kaepernick taking a knee. And goes on to say, I think it's a problem, anybody who disrespects this country and the flag, and that I have no respect for Colin Kaepernick. What the F? Why are you even commenting on this?
Who says why? If you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything. I don't even think that he should have took a stance like that because, it makes you wonder, you doing this for attention? Why now?
But then get this. Mike goes on to say, I don't see the atrocities going on in this country. What the F?
Of course you would,
What do you
Mike. Mean? What planet do you live on?
What rock are you under?
What the F?
What the F? So that is my what the F moment. We would definitely love to hear what your what the F moment was for the week during the games. If it was a play, a call, share with us. We would love to read them.
Yeah, those would be funny to check out for sure. Yeah. And then stay tuned for future episodes. We will bring back the what the F segment, but of course, right?
Okay.
All right. Well, week 3. let's do a little quick recap. What did you take away? What did you take away from week 3?
I'm going to say week 3 for me was the week of the referees. And only because I seen that there were a lot of good calls, but then I seen a lot of bad calls. And calls that could have determined the game. For instance, Raiders in Tennessee, that last call, I really didn't see a pass interference holding sort of call. So, I don't know. And I feel like you get paid to do this.
Yeah. And I know that it's referee is a very challenging position. It's a very important position, but it's got to be one of the hardest positions. But I'm with you. Let's be mindful and be cautious that we are making the right calls, as a game could depend on it. And for me, it's like, where is the call book? Because last week there was a questionable call. One of my players for the Chiefs got a 15-yard penalty for supposedly taunting, just for waving his finger in the air. But then this week, your man Emmanuel Sanders makes a touchdown in the end zone and straight twerks on me. I'm saying, you too hard twerk.
He twerked quick.
I don't care about no quickness.
It was a quick twerk.
That was taunting. So when is it taunting? When is it celebrating? When is it okay? When is it not? So I definitely agree with the whole referees getting the calls right, for sure.
Twerk on.
Twerk on. That he did. My takeaway, rookie QBs. I gave all praise to Carson Wentz, but shout out still to my man Dak Prescott, Brissett for New England, who stepped in coming out as the third string, and he held it down this last game. And I mean, even your quarterback, he's technically not a rookie, but he is a rookie to the field as being an actual starting NFL quarterback. So shout out to the rookie QBs. I see you guys are getting well, and it's good to see it when they come out playing so hard in this man's game. It's not college anymore. It's not just sitting and watching Peyton Manning, but it's time to actually bring it to the field. So shout out to all the rookie QBs holding it down for sure.
So before we wrap up, week 3, we must leave you with our F Effect Challenge.
F Effect Challenge. Challenge. So shout out to everybody that's been participating in the challenges. We definitely want to give you this information and challenge you to become better in tune with NFL football.
Yes.
So let's see. Last week we did defense. Yep. We went over the cornerback. Yep. Week before we did offense. We challenged you to find your quarterback, wide receiver, and running back. So this week we're going to jump back on the offense side and challenge you to find your
tight end.
Tight end,
yes, which is a very, powerful position. We also call our tight end, they are a blocking receiver.
Correct.
And what I mean by blocking, they can block for your quarterback, they can block for your running back, but they can also receive the ball, which makes them a threat. This position also rotates on either side of the quarterback. So, and it's just a great position. You don't ever know. You don't know if they're going to block for you or catch the ball. So, yes, I challenge you
to find out who your corner. And there's some big-time cornerbacks. There's one big name, but I got to shout out my tight end. I'm sorry. My tight end. Travis Kelce killed it for the Chiefs this week. And then the biggest one that I think a lot of people know is Gronkowski for New England. He's hurt right now, but he's a great example of a tight end for sure.
Olsen.
The list there's tons of them.
Green for the Broncos. The list just goes on.
Right. So
we definitely challenge you to go out and find your tight end and have fun with it. See what they can do.
Right. And there you have it. Week 3 F Effect Challenge. Stay tuned for next week where we will hit you with another F Effect Challenge. So, week 4, game pick for me. I am going to go with the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Against who are they playing? The Los Angeles Rams. Duh. So, I think I'm going to pick the Rams to win that game just because the Cardinals are good, but they lost last night. I think the Rams are on this roll. They're feeling themselves. So, I think my pick for the Los Angeles Rams against the Arizona Cardinals will be the Los Angeles Rams. Who you going to pick?
I'm going to be watching the Cleveland Browns against the Washington Redskins game in Washington, right? Okay. I'm going straight Washington. It's not even a question here.
Okay.
Let's go Washington. And I think they're going to go ahead and take that win.
Take the victory. But next Thursday, week 4 of NFL football will kick off with the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
So that should be a good game. Interested to see that and see all things that will unfold in week 4 of NFL football. So before we say goodbye, we wanted to leave you with a fashion photo. Now check back with us next week where we will be back with the F Effect Fashion Game Day fit pick for the week. But until then, check out teammates TJ Ward and Kayvon Webster. Now, don't they just look nice?
They look good. And my thing is, who says you can't wear white after Labor Day?
Nobody follows that rule. And clearly these two gentlemen do not either. Looking very dapper. I love the white. Shoe game murdered.
But the red.
The red
is doing everything. That blazer,
that
how
with the
it
white
ties in with the tie
absolutely.
and the white Webster. I see.
Love it, love it, love it. So again, these are teammates Kayvon Webster and TJ Ward showing off their game day fashion. Stay tuned for future episodes where we will show pictures of your favorite teams flossing in their fashion on game day. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Week 3 in the books. I'm your girl Hillary. This is my lovely co-host Sade. Please remember to subscribe, to like, and most important, leave a comment down at the bottom. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, stay fresh,
stay fly,
and most important, stay football.